Sports talking heads make predictions, then hope you forget about how wrong they were. But not Mackey and Judd.
Write this down.
This is the big leagues, where we own our terrible predictions.
Write that down.
And keep track of each other's batting averages. It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
With Mackey and Judd.
Yep. When are you guys going to admit that you were wrong? Every Wednesday.
Yeah, boy.
Every Wednesday on Write That Down, Mackey and Joe. We do football-centric version on Purple Daily, which you can find. And we're going to get our guest listener, predictor, friend, and show researcher Robert in here in just a second to take his swings. But this is how it works. 3 predictions from everybody each week. They must be quantifiable. And we keep track of all of the correct and incorrect predictions using batting averages and home runs. And if you guys want to participate, you can send us a message through the Score North app. It's free to download. It's the central hub for everything we do at Score North and Judd's written work. And there's a feedback tab at the bottom of the Score North app. Or you can slide into Declan Goff's DMs on Twitter or Instagram. He will respond favorably to that. But, hey, he's taken, ladies. So,
sorry.
Just be careful. All right?
Right.
So, boys, it's the story lately has been Judd's epic slump. I mean, this is like Bobby Abreu after the home run derby type stuff here.
God.
Okay,
Great call.
I'm the 64 Phillies, 78 Red Sox, just completely come unglued.
You're the 2021 Twins, but at the beginning of the season. Like this is happening to you.
But I feel like this is a pennant race, or like I was in control all summer long.
You're the Wolves. You're the Wolves in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
basically.
and now I've just this is an epic. This is a Write That Down slump for the ages. It really is.
Did I see right? The Wolves. The Wolves have by far the worst plus-minus fourth quarter rating or net rating in the league. And it's like they're like a minus 30 points per 100 possessions in the fourth quarter.
Feels like someday it's going to change. Feels like damn Vikings. I hate the Twins. Oh, the Wolves. I mean, it's bad, but it's not that bad, right?
So Judd has been clinging to the batting average lead here.
I think it's gone
going into this week, and Declan's been nipping and just clawing.
I think it's gone this week. I got a feeling that Declan.
I didn't have a great week.
Also, up until this week, I should mention, Judd, it's been, I believe, 33 consecutive predictions from you that have not come off the board favorably. So they've either not come off the board yet or they've been incorrect.
Yeah, no, I know. Thanks.
That's a slump.
Yeah, good job.
Let's get to Judd here. All right, a lot of red here. Judd said the Wolves will beat the Clippers in. You criticized me for being a Wolves apologist. Look at these 2 predictions.
The Clippers were struggling.
The Clippers are awesome, dude.
The Clippers were struggling. The Clippers played the Wolves. Okay, I should have accounted for that.
Paul George.
Paul George was
they're
great.
A good team, man.
Okay, well,
that Clippers team without Kawhi Leonard almost went to the finals last year.
They were struggling when they came here, but I was wrong.
I feel like 500.
The Clippers are,
and
they've got and Tyronn Lue is an
they
coach.
were below when they came here.
Okay, you said the Wolves will go exactly 7-3 in their first 10 games of the season.
No, 2-0 is great, right? 2-0 is great. I'm telling you.
That's right. They started 2-0. God. All right. You said 5 or more MLB managers will be fired after the 2021 season, and the regular season ended over a month ago.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah,
I think it's 3.
Well,
there's one. The American League, I don't think has fired any managers.
Why is Aaron Boone back with an extension? I was banking on him being fired.
And didn't Bob Melvin resign? I don't think he was fired.
Oh, he was not fired. No,
he was.
The
A's stepped down or something.
Basically sold him off. I think.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Yeah.
No, I'm wrong.
All right, you said, and I'm assuming that the press release of the Twins coaching staff additions means that Wes Johnson is coming back as the pitching coach. You said he wasn't. He's still listed today on their website along with Jace Tingler and
he's
and
not
the 31-year-old hitting coach guy.
Wrong. No, it's wrong. It's wrong. You're right. It's wrong. We can stop there.
Why did they hire a 31-year-old hitting coach?
Because he is an analytics maven, I guarantee it. Patrick explained it. This is the new thing. You have the greatest thing now is it used to be ball guys, right? Like that guy used to play second base for the Red Sox, and now he's the first base coach. Now it's some guy who's like 22 and he's really smart. He's some slappy from Harvard or
okay. His name is David Popkins, And
David Popkins.
this dude was.
I shouldn't laugh. I'm Judd's old guy.
Well, I don't get how is this guy? Okay, so here's his. All right, so he went to St. Augustine High School in San Diego. He attended UC Davis,
Yeah, he's smart.
where he played college baseball for UC Davis. He was undrafted, 50 rounds undrafted, which is fine. Like, you don't have to be a great player, but it helps.
Right.
He signed with the St. Louis Cardinals as an undrafted guy, reached Double-A in 2014, then played independent ball. In 2020, the Dodgers named Popkins as hitting coach for the Arizona Dodgers in the deep levels of the minor leagues.
Yep.
And then in 2021, he coached for the Great Lakes Loons, which I think is their Double-A or Triple-A.
Yeah. And I think I read that he played in the American Association when the Saints were in it, not for the Saints, but he was not a good player. But it's no longer when it comes to the hitting coach about the mechanics.
Oh my
it's
God,
the
it's
approach.
an A-ball. It's an A-ball team.
Yeah, no.
So his top level
approach.
experience in professional baseball is as an A-level hitting coach.
Yeah, that's the new.
And he's the major league hitting coach
Yes.
for Josh Donaldson now.
Yes,
He was playing.
What
for
are they
the-
doing?
He was playing for the Sioux Falls Canaries in 2017.
when they made the changes initially, when they reassigned the previous hitting coach, they said this. There's the new wave now is analytics driven guys. It's not the mechanics, it's the approach, and they actually bring information.
But you have, and I get that I'm yelling at you, and
Yeah,
you're the messenger.
yeah,
but
don't take it out on me. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't hire this guy.
Listen. I read Fangraphs every single morning when I wake up and drink
you could be
my
a hitting
coffee
coach.
and tea,
We're gonna
right?
apply
Okay.
for the M's job.
And I'm as analytically driven of a baseball viewer as you'll find here, okay? There is a human element here. You have to communicate the things that you see on a spreadsheet or in a database to human beings that don't care. And you're 31 years old. How are you going to walk up to Josh Donaldson and be like, "Hey man, I saw a couple things here." He's going to tell you to buzz off.
That's not what he's going to do. He is going to go up to Josh and say the square root of 3 is such and such. So if you divide that by 4, add 12, subtract 13, we now have your correct approach.
Right.
Why? You know what? Instead of complaining, why don't you apply to be the Mariners hitting coach? You'll get the job. You'll make 300,000 or 500,000. You'll be rich, and then you can be happy. And then you can tell whoever plays for that team now, because I've lost track.
Pretty soon, it sounds like Marcus Semien might play for that team.
Okay, you can tell Marcus
Think
Semien.
the Twins have the guts to sign Trevor Story or Marcus
Here's
Semien?
how you get
Probably
to
not.
55 home runs, Marcus. That's what you can tell.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe I'll be wrong here, but it just seems weird. And then you said the 76ers will trade Ben Simmons before the Sabres trade Jack Eichel.
Just a part and parcel of my slump. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
However, Slump Buster has arrived in the form of this prediction. Judd said either the Blackhawks or the Maple Leafs or both will make a coaching change by December. Come on down, Blackhawks. The Maple Leafs do it too, or just the Blackhawks?
No, just the Blackhawks, but that's fine.
Okay.
In fact,
so Judd is
the
on
Leafs
the
got
board.
hot. The Leafs got damn hot.
Yeah, no team. I was just looking at playoff odds by The Athletic today. The Blackhawks had a 40% chance to make the postseason in their preseason projections. It's at 1 as of today.
Yeah, that's
They've
rough.
won a couple.
1%.
So let's actually give Judd a round of applause here for
There you go, Judd. Way to go.
nice job. All right, rough week for old Macadac
boy.
here.
Oh,
He
Macadac.
He also said the Wolves would, I think, beat the Clippers twice, and also Memphis. They had, in fairness, huge leads in at least 2 of those games.
You didn't point that out when you pointed my wrong predictions out.
Said Edwards would drop 40 in one of those games. I think he took 40 shots in one of those games.
Yep.
Kirill Kaprizov will score a goal or more in each of the next 2 games. Couldn't get one against the Islanders, unfortunately. Jameis Winston will lead the NFL in passing yards this season. Probably not going to happen anymore. I said the Twins would part ways with 2 major league coaches, including Wes Johnson, by December 1st, and that Jose Barrios. I said this 5 or 6 years ago that Jose Barrios would win a Cy Young Award by the end of 2021. Rough week. All right, the listeners. Earl last week said the Ravens will win by 20 points or more. No faith in the Vikings. Chad said Justin Jefferson will have 100 or more receiving yards and 1 receiving touchdown in 3 of the next 4 games. I took that to mean that he'll have 101 like linked together in 3 of the next 4 games, and he has not had those linked together in either of the last 2. Kip said by the NFL trade deadline, the Vikings will trade Kirk Cousins to the Broncos for Teddy Bridgewater. Wade said the Vikings will finish the regular season with 13 wins, and they will win the North. Like they can't, mathematically, they can't win 13 games anymore, right? Yeah, because they play 17 games, so 12 is the most they can win at this point. But Gibby comes up to the plate, knocks a little dirt off the cleats, and says this. A parlay. A star player for the Vikings will miss a game due to COVID, Harrison Smith. They will lose the game, and Irv Smith will average fewer than 6 targets a game in 2021. Circle the bases.
Gibby. Love it.
Gibby goes long. That's a 3-item parlay that came off the board with Harrison Smith going on the COVID list and the Vikings losing. All right, Declan, you had a couple things here. You said Fiala, Kaprizov, Eck will all score a goal between last week and this week's. Write that down. Your guy Fiala just can't get one.
Yeah, I'll get there.
And then you said Capo's next start, the Wild will win, and he will make at least 25 saves. He only had 19 saves.
Yeah.
Oh, you got screwed by the third period. They only gave up 2 shots. They outshot them 16-2.
Yeah, they gave up like
Sunday.
3. I think I was tracking that because when I'm watching these hockey games, I'm more watching for my write that down than I am for the necessary benefit of the team. I'm more looking out for me.
I can confirm.
And I remember, I think I said, Judd, look, they're at 19 shots. I'll be good here. I'll just 6 shots on goal. That's all I need here. Or 6 more saves, I should say, and I'll be fine. No. The clamps were put down by the Minnesota Wild.
So with that, Declan Goff backs his way into a batting average lead.
It's such a bad day.
Declan at 346, Judd at 343. I'm down to 293, but I actually gained points on both of you, I think. Listeners at 273.
Oh my God.
But the listeners lead with 7 home runs. Judd with 6 home runs. Declan and I each with 4 home runs on the season. So there it is, boys. That's your accountability session presented by Federated Mutual Insurance Company. Federated's here to help business owners sleep better at night, quite frankly. You know, think about like cold weather season now. There's a lot of things that cold weather can do to impact your business negatively. Well, Federated comes in with risk management tools and resources that you may need. Maybe you're interested in talking to somebody or just checking out the risk management corner at federatedinsurance.com. And remember, at Federated, it's our business to protect yours.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right. Heck of an accountability session there. Let's get our guy in here. He is guest listener predictor Robert. And Robert, you sent us research on the Vikings, and it looks like you did hours of research, and we want to give you a platform before you make predictions here. Just real quickly, through all of your Vikings research, give us 2 main interesting takeaways for the audience.
Sure. So I'm a data analyst as my main job, so I figured I'd grab some data and pull it and figure out what the trend for the Vikings are. And the 2 main takeaways for the Vikings are that when they give up points right before the halftime, like 2 minutes or less, they are absurdly bad or much worse than they normally are, right? So they're completely average the last 20 years. They're like 170, and 2 because they have 2 ties. When they give up points right before the half, they got a 40% win rate. And when they don't, they've got like a 60% win rate. So huge swings. It's a huge indicator.
Interesting.
And the other one is that for this current season, they're on pace to break that record. They're giving up points left and right to teams all right before the half. 10 for the Bengals, 11 for the 11 for the Browns, and another, I think, 10 for the Cardinals. Just absurd. You're giving up more than 2 scores in a 2-minute span. I mean, that's nuts, guys.
I love it. And I think that's interesting. I mean, and think about, like, to your point about the last 20 years, that their win rate drops to 40% when they give up points right before the half. Just how deflating it is. I mean, football, we talk about the strategy and the X's and O's, but, like, it's also built a lot on emotion and the feeling of momentum and things that are harder to quantify. If you go into the half, like last week against the Ravens, it felt like the Vikings should have been leading that game by 3 touchdowns. And instead, they're in a one-touchdown game, and the Ravens go into the half probably thinking, and I can't remember, I think the Ravens did score right before the half, but the Ravens are probably thinking, oh, this is great. We should be down by 20, and these idiots let their foot off the gas pedal.
So how do you look, if you are the Vikings, how do you look at that trend or that statistic and say, you know what, when we get the ball right before the half that we need to do, we need to take our foot off the gas and accept that the half is coming. Like if you see that, right? Don't you think, oh my God, oh, look, it deflates a team if we score right before the half. But when they have the ball, what do? They're like, okay, half's done.
Yeah.
So like it should incentivize you to then flip the stat, right?
Yeah.
And not be like, that's too bad. Kirk can't score.
I know. Oh my God. All right. So here's how this is going to work. Robert, you're going to make the first prediction, and then it'll go Judd over to Declan, back to me. 3 trips around the room. This is your first ever appearance. I write that down. So soak it all in. Take a look around at the lights.
Write this down.
The people in the stands. Go ahead, Robert.
All right, I'm going for what I consider a bunt single with how this season is going. So, the Vikings last season gave up 70 points within the last 2 minutes of the half, and that's the most in my data research, and I'm pretty sure it's the most in franchise history. That's an average of giving up 4.4 points per game in the last 2 minutes, which is nuts, right? They're on pace right now. So far, they've given up 45 points, and we're like barely halfway through the season. They're averaging giving up 5.6 points a game, basically a touchdown before halftime, on average. So my prediction is that they're going to give up 71 points or more throughout the whole season within the last 2 minutes right before the half.
Okay.
And I don't consider that a home run at all.
And that's the first half. Are you talking about the first half?
The first half. So the 2 minutes right before halftime.
So that doesn't even count the second half or overtime. It's the first half.
No. It's just the period of time right before the half ends with the last 2 minutes.
Wow.
Oh man. All right. That's so depressing. Okay, back over to Dex. You got that?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I got it.
All right, cool. Back over to Judd.
Write that down.
Cool.
Dex, track that. Okay, as I try and break out of my deep funk and slump, Kirill Kaprizov will score at least 2 goals on the Wild's current 3-game trip, which they start tonight: Arizona, Vegas, Seattle. So Declan, Kaprizov will have at least 2 goals in the next 3 games is what it comes down to.
All right.
Okay.
There it is.
Write this down.
Dex.
All right, I'm just gonna continue to speak this into bleeping existence until it happens, and I'm gonna just keep it as a very simple bunt single. Kevin Fiala will score a goal between now and next week's. Write that down. I'm gonna keep saying this until it happens, and if I keep being wrong, that's fine. It just hurts my batting average. But they have 4 games over the next 7 days. Kevin Fiala will score a damn goal and break out of this 10-game slump between now and next week's. Write that down.
All right. It's like the 9th time Declan has made this.
Write this down.
I'm going to keep speaking it in.
That's all right. All right. Write this down. I'm going to make a wild prediction for you guys. So they haven't exactly been stingy. Like that. There's only been 1 game this season where they've allowed fewer than 2 goals, and they have no shutouts. The first game of the year, they beat the Ducks 2-1. In every game since, they've allowed at least 2 goals, and yet they're winning most of those games, which is it's a testament. It's a testament to their goal scoring without Kevin Fiala really joining the party yet. So here's my prediction. They play 4 games between now and next week's. Write that down. The Wild will pitch a shutout at some point. And I'm not going to count, like, here's the technicality I don't want. If they somehow go to a shootout 0-0 and then lose in the shootout, I still get it. They will allow zero goals in regular play, regulation or overtime.
Okay.
I got it.
At some point in the next 4 games.
Yeah.
Okay.
So write that down.
Write this down.
That might even be a home run, but I'm not going to.
It's 4 games.
It's 4 games. I'm not going to vouch for it. But
Let's debate it
We'll debate it.
if it happens, because it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my point. It's unlikely.
Yeah.
So, all right, back over to Robert.
All right, so I'm a huge hockey fan. My team is the New York Islanders, so congratulations to the Wild. You guys
nice team.
too.
I love your team.
Wild are my, Western Conference. That's who I root for. So write this down. The Wild or the Islanders or both will reach their conference title games. So conference series, right? Not the Stanley Cup, the game before that.
Okay.
Conference final.
Conference final.
Yep.
Zach Parise adding some
Zach.
juice and some grit.
Write this
Yeah.
down.
Cal
Yeah.
Cutter.
The Islanders.
He's as
Hardly
slow
notice
as
him.
he's as slow as I am now. It's unbelievable.
Just plotting.
Yeah,
All right.
plotting is the correct word. All right, it's me.
Yep.
D'Angelo Russell will have 30 or more points against Golden State tonight. So
the revenge
the
game.
Wolves play Golden State. D'Angelo's going to get his shots. Let's just say that. He's going to get his shots, and he is going to probably make his shots because he's going to be motivated for this game. So, Declan, 30 or more points tonight for
Got it.
D'Angelo.
Okay.
Is it going to be who's going to get more revenge? Is it going to be D'Lo or Andrew Wiggins? I could see Wiggins dropping like 20 points
Yeah.
on 8 shots or something
Oh,
ridiculous.
yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Actually, he won't do that, but it'll be 20 points on like 16 shots. So, all right, Declan.
Write this down.
Another Wolves prediction for me as well. I'm just going to say the Wolves will win at least one of their next 2 games in these back-to-backs against the Warriors and Lakers.
Damn, you stole my prediction.
Yep. The Wolves will win at least one of their 2 games in their back-to-backs against the Warriors and Lakers.
Okay.
Come on, Mackey.
All right, because I said I was going to say the Wolves will shock the world and win one of their next 3 games, which I could because it's a slightly different
You
prediction.
can still use it, yeah.
But now that Declan one-upped it, I'm gonna tweak it.
Write this down.
All right, the Wolves will beat the Lakers. I'm not going to guarantee anything in the other games. The Wolves will beat the Lakers.
Okay.
Write it down.
Got it.
Write this down.
Okay, back to Robert. Your third and final prediction.
All right, I've got a 4-part parlay here.
Oh,
so
all right.
dude.
I'm betting on Vikings mediocrity and a little hockey here.
Okay.
So, part 1, Vikings will at some point this season get back to 500. Part 2, they will not have a top 10 pick for next year's draft. Part 3, they will either get the 7th seed or just miss the playoffs entirely. So that's an or, right? I'm betting on them doing what they always do, being mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
And then part 4, Matthew Barzal of the Islanders will end the season with a plus-minus rating of plus 20 or greater.
I
I'm a
love
big
the
Barzal
fourth
fan.
part.
The
I love
mixing
the
and
fourth
matching, dude.
part.
So the Vikings part's guaranteed. I'm just hoping that, the Barzal thing happens.
This is like the most degen
Wow.
thing ever. Like this is the guy who goes to the sports book and bets like it's like a 6-game NFL parlay and then throws in like
The
you know,
Hawks.
throws
The
in
Hawks
like
Knicks.
like a Maction game or something. Yeah.
Yep.
I love it.
They'll probably get the 6th seed because I just mentioned all of that. They'll probably get like the 6th seed and like be 9-8 or something.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
that's great.
Well, Robert, this is awesome. Thanks for the research that you brought to the show as well, and the depressing Viking stats. Since you've got this platform here on Mackey and Judd, is there anyone in your life you'd like to thank that brought you to this pinnacle moment?
Yeah, absolutely. My dad for being a Vikings fan. I mean, as he brainwashed me as a child. So if the Vikings won, got candy, we went out for ice cream. He was in a good mood. Vikings lost. My mom was like, maybe don't talk to your dad tonight. The mood of the house is going to be dependent on the Vikings.
Poor
So,
guy. Oh,
yeah.
my gosh. So tough. Well, great stuff. That's guest listener predictor Robert,
Thanks, guys.
bringing
Thank you.
knowledge to the show. All right, Judd, your third and final prediction here.
Adrian Peterson will not end the regular season on the Tennessee Titans roster.
What do you mean? He scored a
touchdown. He had like
scored a
he
touchdown.
had like 12 yards or something. He ain't gonna end it on the roster. Adrian Peterson.
He just needs a
Well,
couple games to get
Yeah,
loose.
thanks.
Get loose. He's loose.
Yeah, he's loose. He's
All
loose
day.
and he's been cut. Should have done
He turned
Dancing
down
with the Stars.
$350,000.
Should have done it.
Yeah.
He's, why didn't you do that, man? Because he thought he was going to sign with the Baltimore. When Baltimore had those backs go out, Adrian Peterson thought the Ravens will sign me. Dude, what are you talking about?
Well, the Titans are better than the Ravens.
Write this down.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, Declan.
Primetime parlay. I'm bringing this back for football. Primetime parlay for me in the primetime games. I will say the Ravens will beat the Dolphins. The Chiefs beat the Raiders. Rams beat the Niners. So Thursday night football tonight, tomorrow I should say, Baltimore and Miami. Ravens win that one. Chiefs beat the Raiders on Sunday night football. Rams beat the Niners on Monday night football.
Love it. And then this final one for
Write
me
this
here,
down.
because I can't stop with the Wolves predictions. Leandro Bolmaro
Oh, God.
will play at least 10 minutes in a game to clarify, for the Timberwolves, not the Iowa Wolves.
Because he's playing a lot for the Iowa Wolves. They send him down every other day.
Yeah. Sometime between now and next week's, write that down.
You
They're going to go to the Leandro Bolmaro well. Sometime between now and next week's, write that down for at least 10 minutes. In the
Sick son of a, you know what? You are so
Write this
sick.
down.
You tried to milk Jinxie.
Intervention. We need a Wolves intervention for Macadac. Declan, that's what we need to put on the plate.
No, he's fine. If he wants to,
just made a bone marrow prediction.
No. I'm under the sense of you worry about you and let Phil worry about himself here.
You're not a good friend.
No, I'm a great
Friends
friend.
don't
I'm
let
gonna let
friends
him
make bone marrow predictions.
I'd worry
No.
about your batting average there, Judd.
Yeah.
Dropping about 75 points in the last 2 months.
Oh, I'm down.
That's what I
I'm
worry
so
about.
down about that right now.
All right, that's a wrap here on Write That Down, accountability session. Mackey and Judd every Wednesday. Tomorrow, a little reckless speculation Thursday. I'm traveling, but you guys will have Doogie on the show tomorrow. And if you missed the Alex Boone episode of Purple Daily yesterday, it is a full inside look at the Vikings offensive line and even quarterback sort of line of scrimmage struggles. Some great stuff there. So thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys tomorrow.